The Buddha's principal argument against self is illusory, and he also mentioned that only a no-self could achieve the nirvana. Why the self is an illusion? Buddha explained actually self consists of 5 aggregate skandhas, forms, sensation, made up of feeling, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. But these aggregates don't represent an integral or an autonomous entity. Instead, self, what we might call ego, is more correctly thought of as a byproduct of the aggregates. So when I say my body actually it doesn't represent myself. So when I say my body, actually it doesn't represent myself, but just a body which is constantly changing in this impermanent phenomenon. In the same way, the remaining aggregates doesn't carry my entity, neither integrally nor autonomously. That's why the self doesn't exist. If you take a right view, and it will have constantly rejected as an illusory idea. It is hard to reject self as we live in this modern world where everything is entangled with the so-called self. But it seems to me that the self have been prevailed among the mankind cause of habituality. So it would be worthwhile for the humanity and the rest of the organisms and things that matters our lives if we withdraw self from our center. Though it won't be easy to get rid of this fetter which have been imprisoning us from the thousands of years. Here I am supporting no self. It is crystal clear that self has evolved as an entity since from the development of the civilization, and this modern self is stronger than any other selves that have lived before. If we look back to 500 years ago into the Mayan civilization, it would obviously illustrate a self which is not strong like a modern self, where everybody were devoted to the community, Sangha, not for the self. So we can say, in the process of growing up of civilization, the idea of self continues to grow as the self-oriented civilization like Europe, Arabs, that had been ruled the world conspicuously throughout the millennium. Therefore, self is not a preoccupied concept, but gradually it had taken a strong place due to the long-run genetical adaptation. 2. When we have come to know that how to separate the different aggregates which constitute this false self, we could easily continue our life through a positive spirit. Suppose I am taking a walk through the woods, and after sometimes I could even lose my enthusiasm due to boredom, which is 99% entangled with self. But if I, in the bracket I is extra, but if I can forget myself, then I could take a long walk like a machine, since my forms will not have tired enough. So no self is strong and free from illusions. That's why no self views rightly, intended rightly, and so on, what had written in the Eightfold Path. Thank you.